Welcome back, everybody, to Earthbound Super Series 2024. This is Irving. We are joined here by our two racers, Serra and Oxwas, or Ilya, or I forget what the hiking is the other one, yeah. And we are gonna have a great race tonight. We got vanilla flag set. This is now on to the round 3 for the tournament. Vanilla flag set, so time for the true ancient cave skills to come forth. No gimmicks to hide behind. And of course, two very strong runners here. Serra is a very long time reigning champ of several now randomizers. And Oxwas has been running Earthbound very long time, as well as the randomizers. So both of them have quite the birth of experience in Earthbound. And so already we will probably see our runners. Oh man, immediate showtime. All right, just starting off good. You know the run is blessed now. Immediate force showtime for both runners. All right, so just go ahead and strap in for a bit. Enjoy the show, because both runners are seeing it. It's always good when it's like, you just can't avoid it. There's literally no other door you could have taken. It's just showtime. Nice to know it happened on the first 5 rooms of the floor. Oh god. How to ruin your poor chatter's eardrums. I'm glad as a commentary I can be spared from this, and I can just pretend what it sounds like. I guess I can take that, although showtime should just now be over pretty soon. Yep. So both runners will be taken off now. Of course, this is, for the uninitiated, this is Ancient Cave. Name of the game is to get to Gygus. There are 9 floors. Each floor has randomized scaled enemies and loot all the way up from the start of the game and to the end of the game in vanilla. And there are different bosses on each floor to try and get past. Otherwise, you can try and find skips, which is anytime you move an enemy, or sorry, not an enemy, an NPC out of the way, or any kind of like cutscene skip or vanilla Earthbound cutscene, like to pull a theater, right? Like here, this is a skip. So this is a nice one, because it doesn't require any items to come from the back, and to go forward, it only requires that you pay, and for the most part, money is one of the easier things to find in the cave. So we do see bottom level dungeon oh no, I'm sorry, this is, I believe this is, Lumine Hall. And now both runners will be on a question mark. So the way skips work in Ancient Cave is they will help you get to 9 in the form of any time a skip happens. It will take you from 2 floors or 5, anywhere between 2 or 5 floors, forward or backward. Since we're on floor 1, you can only go forward, so we at least know this is floor number 3, and it can be anywhere between 3 and 6, basically. So getting a lot of good experience. Both players seem to have fought the same hieroglyph. So we do see hieroglyphs, so that does kind of imply that this is probably one of the higher end of the skips. Just judging by what we talked about earlier with the scaling enemies based on vanilla, and a lot of XP on 3 kids for Oxwas, and every single kid for Serra. There's a lot of enemies in this Lumine Hall. We got Duck Cave enemies and Hieroglyph enemies, so kind of like that. Probably like floor 5 teetering around. Potentially even got all the way to 6, but But this should be very decent. Yeah, this is going to be really great XP for both runners here, so we should have a nice springboard into the rest of the cave. Oh wait, does that revive enemy? I actually didn't know that about... I didn't know Prey also revived the enemies. You learn something new about this game every day. So, Oxalos prayed, got a rainbow light, got Ness back at level 1 here. And brought the enemies back also, but you know, it made it work because now we got some levels on Ness. Serra getting decent, got another hieroglyph, which is was a better fight than over what Oxalos got. But Serra is going to have to get through a few more people, but also going to be able to find this nice little full heal. This is like kind of a very perfect situation with good enemies to farm off, at least for a few levels. These enemies will get scaled past eventually, but with a full heal right here, you really cannot be too upset with the kind of the way the cave has been so far in the first 5 minutes. I really do want to say it's like 6, because we're seeing like Summer's enemies and desert enemies. But it's been too long since I've caved, so I wouldn't be able to pinpoint it for sure. Seems like Oxalos is going to do a bit of genuine grinding here, as perhaps theorized. Serra looks like they are moving forward a little bit, going to get some information on the cave. And I believe I do see that Pooh is our prayer for this seed, so all of the 3 kids that are not Ness will have their extra ability randomized off them. So Spy, Mirror, and Prey will get randomized between the 3 kids that are not Ness, which will change the dynamic of how the kids' role will be on the Gygas fight. So in this seed, Pooh does have Prey. And Serra is now going to be at the floor. Did anyone see what the floor was? I was not watching. I was watching Oxalos' stream. But Serra is at the floor boss, which is going to be a mini barf. Doing a little scan, 50% to brain shock. We do not have that. Well, we might not have that yet, though. I actually don't know. Busting out no brain shock yet, but busting out the thunder. Pooh has some pretty gnarly low psychic points there. Oxalos going with the route of trying to get some levels on the kids before progressing through the cave here, because knowing he's on a pretty high floor here, it's definitely not a terrible idea to try and make sure you can beat whatever boss might be ahead. Serra getting some pretty good damage with fires on Mini Barf here, but is running into the no magic point situation. At least we can rest with the fact that Mini Barf is not doing that much damage here. Uh-oh. Oxalos getting chased by the taxi. It is 6, thank you, okay. I saw the numbers say 6, so somebody verified it. There was a pretty good chance of it with all the foresight and the pyramid, or foresight, the Summers and the pyramid enemies. That is fairly high up in the registry. So that's a pretty, like, as far as that's the best skip you could ever get off of floor 1 in Ancient Cave as a maximum level skip that you could actually get off one. So, and the fact they got it so early is a pretty nice cave, all things considered. But now Oxalos going into this mini bar fight themselves, going to be pretty much in a similar situation because Pooh is just absolutely like bone dry on the psychic points in this run. Like, the dude has nothing at this level, and he is just whiffing the thunders. Luckily, it seems like we do have enough psychic points to get a decent amount of fires off with Paula. So it should hopefully be enough DPS just to kind of burn it down eventually. That'll solidify. Serra taking an unfortunate red swirl here, but just got out of the full heal, so not going to be too much of an issue. And it is down for Oxwas, so he will be going back for the full heal most likely here. Seems like a similar strat to what Serra did. Both runners kind of following the same path right now. Can't really blame them. This has been a very, as far as the, it has been, even with the nicety of the cave, it has been a very linear cave because there's no way either runner would have turned up the option of the Topola Theater skip. So, but high-fiving now on, they are going to be on 7, but they're both kind of still playing around 6. Yes, they've unlocked 7, but both are high-fiving and hanging around 6. You see, you want to knock on wood when you say stuff like this has been zoomy, because there's many a cave where you could just be, oh, I just blasted into floor 6. Now watch me very painfully have to walk all the way from 6, 7, 8, 9, and it might be like a absolute roller coaster. But let's hope this is just a nice cave. All right, we do have an immediate O-net town tile set here, so going to be a lot of door checking. The benefit is that it at least is on floor 7, so potential for some easy chests and get good loot here. This is when the loot starts getting good. Debatable, but you have a pretty good chance of finding good loot at starting at like these floors. So shiny coin. If anything, might as well have it just so people don't die. No, I know. I'm just just jabbing about it. I am the biggest what's the word? The harbinger of curses anyways. Anything I say like happens, so watch that happen now. Flame pendant. So now that our runners are on the higher end of the cave, they can start kind of directing their brain. I mean, everyone's got to be looking for Gygas, but now that we're on the top end of the cave, we can start directing our mind to kind of looking for a win condition on Gygas. There are a couple things that make the fight a lot easier, such as like several pendants that will help defend against his freeze and his thunder and his flash. Flash being the most deadly because it can just one-shot your kids. Sorry, not thunder, just freeze and flash. And then Franklin badge for thunder, if possible to find. All of these things are nice to haves, but not always lucky enough to find them. And of course, any sort of like DPS throughput that we can get for your Gygas, like bazookas or super bombs, is pretty much what the runners are always going to be on the lookout for. So just gotta gear up, get into that go mode for Ancient Cave, go mode equivalent. Both runners now trying to, hey, look, it's Gary. What's up, Gary? Got Happy as well. This is a nice one to have on an upper floor with free shop. See what's in here. Nothing too insanely good. You could get a protein drink for the Monkey Cave. Monkey Cave is a source of skips. All of the different monkey caves in the game and all the different things they ask for are all different skips. So choosing not to, the only other maybe thing you get is silver bracelets to sell, but even those are not even that like good to sell, so it'd probably be just a waste of time. So not the best happy, and we loop back to O-net. Serra following pretty much the same path behind Oxwas here, so going to be discovering most of the same things, getting the life noodle, 2 shiny coins now for both runners. We see another skip. That is going to be a one-way skip without the backstage pass. So kind of risky on floor 7 when now skips have a better or pretty higher probability of sending you backwards than they do forwards. That skips on floor 7 can only go to 9 or backwards, so it's not the worst idea if you find a save and you can save scum it and check the skip and then come back. That's always on the table. But I don't think our runners have actually found a save on floor 7 yet, so it is getting kind of dicey, because I actually don't know if they've had a save since Ness's room. It's been pretty much three rooms on floor 1, skip to 6, and then now we're on 7, and then we're flailing around Onett. Belch's base. Another like 5 or 6 extra doors. Happy Belch's base and Onett on the same tile set is or on the same floor. This is turning out to be a pretty big floor 7. Yes, exactly. So backwards, you don't see it happen often because a lot of times when runners do skip, they're usually skipping off of like floor 1 or floor 2 or something like that to get like some big mama skip like they did to 6 in this race. But occasionally there will be like you'll see it often with Monkey Cave because there's a bunch of skips within Monkey Cave sometimes, and a lot of times you'll see like them bounce back to lower floors. But luckily you can tell if you've been to that floor, the music is still the same, so you can kind of use that as a reference to tell you if you've already been to that floor or not. The Dungeon Man skip is actually a very unique one, where specifically Dungeon Man and like one other skip does not follow the 2 to 6 rule. It literally will just send you wherever. The only rule is that it will just send, if you go to the desert and you get the key into Dungeon Man, you will just skip to wherever the bottom floor of Dungeon Man is, wherever it is in the cave. If it's on 9, you go there. If it's on 1, you go there, no matter what floor you're on. So that's why it doesn't follow the true rules of a skip otherwise. So you can go backwards, forwards. You can go up to 9 from 1. It's pretty fun when that happens. I think I played 1 seed where that happened. Serra trying to see if she can break down any of these doors in Happy. I think she's going back to Onett now, yeah. Okay, it looks like maybe there were 2 doors into Happy. I gotcha. The other one that I believe breaks the rule is it's a really hard one to actually pull off, and it's unless Chaz actually patched it, but I don't think he did. But you have to beat Belch, and then the Happy. So you have to have the Fly Honey, you have to beat Belch, and then the not Happy, I'm sorry, Saturn Village, the guy moves off the ladder, and then that counts as 2 different floors. The top part with the hot spring, and then the actual Saturn Valley area. But it still does the same thing like Dungeon Man does, basically, where it's not a true skip where it doesn't follow the rule. One part of it could be on floor 1, and one part of it could be on floor 9, basically. Alright, Serra did find Magicanto, or at least she found this hotel. So it could have just been a, yeah, in Happy, gotcha. But, you know, hey, that's our phone. So Serra does have a bit of a leg up on Oxwas here, as Oxwas does get into a pretty nasty double mook fight. Oxwas does have more intel on the floor, though, so this does seem to be a pretty gigantic floor 7, so Oxwas is making a little bit more headway, at least as far as we know. I mean, the end of this floor could be down any corner. It looks now like they're both going down different paths. So we could see either the nice green swirl from Oxwas there to get past that. Okay, this is I believe that is the sanctuary room, right? Maybe I'm wrong about that. That might be the bottom floor room. Oh, a nice, and Oxwas lucks out of a hotel and a phone right here. And if that is the sanctuary room, then that's a pretty good spot to have it right next to you. I think it is. From what I remember, yeah, it looks like the tile set, but you do have to get around these hooligans that are blocking the entrance. Serra, unfortunately, having to run back to Onet, getting some more items. Just a lot of coins and Onet trash cans today. Going for the green circle and does get it. Nice job. Alright, we are at 7. We don't know the boss list, so we'll see if there's anything nasty. Okay. So, this is essentially the thing you almost never want to see. One of two things you almost never want to see. I'm assuming, yeah, this is Ness's Nightmare, okay. And, oh no, this is Monty Monty. Just kidding. So he's fine. I can never tell because of the... It's been so long, so I can never tell because of the colorations. So less... No, this is Ness's Nightmare, isn't it? Because it's doing... I actually do not know. I'm assuming it's Monty Monty because it says it is, though. I haven't played in so long, I forgot what they do. I'm gonna be real, so someone who actually knows can probably tell. I'm gonna assume it's Nightmare because it's using PK Rocket, so yeah. That's my locking it in. So, out of all the bosses to get randomized in Ancient Cave, there are two you really almost never want to see. Yeah, it's Nightmare. There are two you almost never want to see, Ness's Nightmare, of course, being one of them, so that's going to be a pretty difficult thing for, especially that being the end of the lovely, gigantic floor 7 we have going here. And, of course, Carbon Dog being the other one, so I'm going to love if that's the floor 8 boss. Carbon Dog, luckily, is relegated to only being allowed on floor 8. He is coded to only show up as a floor 8 boss and nowhere else. Ness's Nightmare does not get that, some would call it a luxury for the runners, so he could show up on floor 1. Oxwas choosing not to maybe do any more grinding or searching for anything, just gonna try and maybe burst this one down. Paula is dead currently. And now Jeff is poisoned, that is not ideal. I know, see? It's the double-edged sword, because it's like, for commentators, it's like, should I never talk about it? Is it something we should just pretend it doesn't exist? Because I feel like that's sometimes a worse effect. Is it really only floor 5 minimum for Nightmare? I actually didn't know that. I swear people have said it shows up earlier. I have seen it on 5. That is very cruel. At least 5 is a more skippable. Oh, I see. Wait. Isn't your save... I think he's death warping, but isn't his save in... that hotel? Or the Saturn Valley Hotel? Oh, yeah, okay. Now I don't know what's happening. Oh, he's trying to pray them back to life so he can get all 4 kids alive. He wants Paula to be alive, I got it. He's trying to pray them to get them all alive and then run away and then go heal at the hotel. Unfortunate. No, that Lips was not gonna let that happen. Alright, Serra, meanwhile, potentially going to be on her way to finding a... At this point, the other option is to find a skip off 7. So luckily this is the situation where it's a boss on 7 and not the boss on 8, because it would be much harder to find a skip to get off of 8, because you would only be able to go backwards. And you would either have to go back to 7 and find a skip, or beat the boss. So the fact that we're on 7 and this is something that we could potentially get around by finding a skip is nice to have that option on the table. Because let's be honest, nobody wants to fight Nessa's Nightmare. And we do have some skips. And Serra does have burgers ready to go. 2 burger skips right here, so pretty good chance that one of these might go to 9. So Serra making a pretty good play here. Doing some menuing, dropping the mouse to just in case some bad things are on the other side. And we get the bottom floor of Dungeon Man here. If those fires are what I think they are, then this could be what the floor we all want it to be. If those are fire spring enemies, then there's a pretty high chance this is 4-9. Nice little hotel, heal for Ness and Paula, or whoever. I actually don't know which kids are. I think it's not Ness. And Gygus! And that's Gygus, 25 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. That's Ancient Cave, everybody. Sometimes it just whiplashes like like that. Yeah, what a seed. That's actually so true. Comparatively to like the rest of this. Okay, so meanwhile, Oxwas did get the prey off for the bringing the kids back to life. So we do have all kids on deck. Serra, of course, is pulled ahead here, but obviously Serra, everyone would probably agree, not in any position to take on Gygus right now, but has the whole entirety of floor 9 at their disposal to check through. A Diadem of Kings, and hey, we actually do have Pooh this time, so, you know, not a terrible item. Oxwas going to be trying this, gotta get past these minions first. An MBR, pretty good stuff to have in the back pocket. Jeff is alive right now. So far, so good on the level 9 loot, and we get another chest right here. Bracer of Kings. Pooh is going to be absolutely dripping today. A nice green swirl. I don't know how that worked, but you know what? Yeah, he do have the drip. I won't say that, but you know what? You can say that. Maybe. We just gotta see. There's a lot of Gygus prep that has to be done. I would say Serra has barely like nothing that can go against Gygus right now, except one MBR she just got. Plus, gotta find maybe a save, maybe a way to get our other 2 kids back. Floor 9 has many mysteries ahead. Oxwas having a rough time on the floor on the Nessa's Nightmare, as one would assume. Already have 2 kids down to flash attacks. I believe he does have Psychic Shield Alpha, or whatever the single targeting one is. Looks like he's putting that on one of the kids. No, he does have a Epsilon. Sigma. I don't know Greek letters. Don't talk to me. Yeah, he does have Sigma. So that is quite useful for this, just so it's like a pre-Gygus fight. That might be the saving grace to get through this. And there's the reset. It's definitely still an RNG fest at the end of the day. That is true. I did not see Serra get an Earth Pendant, so if she just got that, then yes, Diadem plus Earth Pendant does make Pooh basically equivalent to a star pendant, or sorry, a C pendant. Would be nice if it was a star pendant, because normally Pooh cannot wear pendants, but with that combination. Or, I'm sorry, it's not that he can't, but he does take the defenses down for doing it. But the defenses don't really matter, it's more the resistances to the actual spells. Which is quite helpful, because that is our praying guy, so it's nice to know that at least he is he's gonna be a little bit equipped for it. They're buying some secret herbs, which will help right now immediately get our other two kids back, and we have access to a hotel, so this is very ideal. She's back in the game now on floor 9, can have the full might of her party going forward to either level up or get some loot. Seems like maybe she's not even going to go all the way back to the hotel, just going to go ahead and roll forward with what we've got. Not like the psychic points are that insane. Looks like Oxwas doing some grinding to try and get some more... No, not grinding. I actually think Oxwas maybe might be trying to avoid Nessa's Nightmare now, potentially. I had to see what he was doing before he got into this fight. Now back at the hotel for Serra. Couple of nice saves on floor 9. Especially nice to have one without like a ton of enemies. Checking vendors to see if anyone has anything good. We got Horns of Life here, which are very good to have. And she definitely has the money for it. Gonna go ahead and stock up on a few of those. Revives are another important thing to have for Gygus, because if anything goes wrong, at the very least, you can revive that kid in the next phase. Oh, gets jumped by Starman coming out of his door. Not an ideal fight to take here. Perhaps she has enough power now to get through it and get some levels. Oh, looks like Oxwas is now, did abandon the Nessa's Nightmare, is now going to be following the path that Serra took. So we might see some, colliding of the runner's pathways here a little bit, as Oxwas makes his way to 9. Oh, that robot got trippy. Jeff did go down. Perhaps we can get this Starman before Pooh does, but unfortunately not, so just some levels on Ness and Paula. But we do want Stigma, so any levels on Paula is going to be quite helpful. I believe she already has it, since I think she just got the 29. Yep, just checked. The secret herb did not work. Unfortunate. That's why we have a lot of them, though. That's true. Not unless someone sees a boss list. But, you know, some things are better left not known. That dog can stay where he belongs. So both players now in separate department stores. I actually can't remember where the actual monkey cave is. Another skip backwards for Serra. Now that she's on floor 9, any skip is going to be a backward skip. I think it's down... I'm pretty sure she went down into the Starman base, but Oxwas went into, like, Pond Cave. So that's where they have diverted again. Just get me out of here, says Oxwas. I'm done with these musicas. A pain in Earthbound and a pain in this game. Bag of Dragonite, alright, don't see those very often, but hey, we absolutely want to take those. Anything we can do to get that Gygus guy. Magic Pudding. Getting some good stuff here on 9. bunch of monkey cave stuff in that vendor, but not really any need for it now. Oxwas back on the winner's tile set. Serra choosing to fight. Oh, it's Starman Deluxe. No, it's no Carbon Dog, but it's not exactly the nicest guy to see here either. Gets a joiner. Yeah, very important intel. We needed to know. Oh man, 2 joiners now. Serra does have that MBR. I mean, if there was ever a time, this is kind of a difficult one to get through. Yeah, I was gonna say, if Carbon Dog and Nessa's Nightmare are the top 2, then this guy's probably number 3. But luckily, everything pales in the might of the MBR. Serra, don't worry, we're just gonna pretend that MBR was gonna do 10 damage on Porky, and no more, so you used it at a good time. Got the levels off of it too, so you know, and I'm imagining what she's gonna do is continue to, since she doesn't have anything like insanely good. Nope, she's turning around, just kidding. She proved me wrong instantly. I thought she was gonna maybe explore 8 a little bit to get some of that floor 8 gear, but she was just like, nah, I'm out, bro. And now Oxwas finally has come across the skip. Oh, does not have the burgers that Serra got. Okay. So she had an extra edge on him. I don't know if she ran out of boxes. It's potential with, I mean, sometimes the floors are very tiny and only have like 10 rooms or 20 rooms or whatever, so... She might just be going for it. She has revives, she has, she might be, if it's not freeze resistant, yeah, exactly, she might just be, because at the very least she can get an intel grab on it. If it's not freeze resistant, Gygus and Porky, it could be doable with what she has. She's got bottles of water, she's got some magic pudding and stuff. I just have to see what psychic points Pooh ended up with at the end of all this, because his could be still abysmally low. And he's got Sigma, Shield Sigma, so he can get through the first one, or the first phase with that. So we'll see what the ultimate plan is. And a good luck to Serra as she attempts our first Gygus of the season. Oxwas back on, I think this is 6, I'm pretty sure. No, this is 7. This is 7. So trying to find something to get past, I mean, I'm probably trying to find burgers. That's probably what he's trying to do here. Alright, got an alpha turn 1, very nice. And I'm looking at a 239, actually not terrible for... That's pretty good. The paralysis, unfortunately, did not work, though. So Vanilla Porky does have a 50% paralysis rate. However, in Ancient Cave, just like the freeze resistances, paralysis resistance could also get shuffled around, so... Jeff does take mortal damage here. We do have a lot of revives, so we might just see... Oh, we do get a numb, too, so this is actually a really nice phase 1 so far. With the revives, we can usually bring... I mean, we don't have, like, a bazooka or, like, a ton of rockets or anything, so Jeff is actually pretty useless on phase 1. And, frankly, for the most of the fight. Unless Serra happened to get a like a decent weapon for him, but I don't think that is the case. But so far so good, just keeping Magnet up, trying to keep as many psychic points on our tiny bank of mana that we can. Still have to get through a second phase, so... Oxwas, meanwhile, still trying to find a way to break through. I don't know if he's specifically literally just only looking for burgers at this point, or if he's just trying to do anything. I'm actually curious where Serra did pick those up, if she got them early or not. Debating the Dragonite, maybe? She thought about it, opened the menu, looked at it, looked inviting. Oh no, she's probably waiting to, yeah, looking at the when to use magic items. Psychic point items. This is a beefy Porky, that's for sure. She's playing it as safe as she possibly could, which is definitely good. Kind of want to take as many resources as possible into the next phases. Trying to pepper in a magnet between every single turn, trying to make sure going into phase 2 she is stocked up on as many stats as she possibly can. Probably just going for the, once phase 2 ticks around, just unload it all, whatever's left. Oxwas finds pizza! Pizza! Choosing to go through Belches here, which we saw the bottom half of it. We saw this, so this all loops back on 7. I'm guessing we saw the bottom end of it. All right, phase 2 for Serra. Nice little Earth Pendant for Oxwas as well. Could be smooth sailing if we have a non-freeze resistant Gygas here as well. And we do have one bag of Dragonite. That is nice to be able to throw at this guy. Breaking out the Brain Shock. Oh no! No! Oh, that is the Gygas special. Hey, your kids, I see your kids don't have any flash resistance. Ho ho ho. What if I just launched that turn 1 and killed them both? Wouldn't that be very funny? Wouldn't that just be a silly thing to happen? So trying to pepper in maybe some praise between freezes, takes Mortal here. This is kind of a gets a solidify on Gygas, so it does have some time to get a life up here. Waiting for the HP to roll up, going for more freezing, trying to get solidifies off. Potentially trying to push to phase 3, depending on how much HP this Gygas does have. Goes ahead and drops the Magic Pudding. Yeah, it looks like she's just trying to push into phase 3. She has enough HP to be able to survive taking Mortal Thunder and then being able to heal immediately. She got the prey for maxed out HP on the Thunder, so that's nice. So she must not have any actual revives on. I thought she had. Okay, she got it. Rainbow Light is in the arena, so waiting for our kids now to get their HP back. Nice. Nicely done on the prey. I swear she had revives on Pooh, but she just decided to go for it, which is completely fair. And goes right into phase 3 immediately afterwards. What a time. What a setup and knockdown for that one. And kids are only crying, but still no flash resistance, so this guy could still get them. Nice BBR throw. Oxwas, I believe, is going through and getting some levels here, as well as trying to... Still, I believe, I did see Oxwas heal at the Pink Cloud. I think he is either trying to find burgers or still maybe another way to 9. That's not through Ness's Nightmare, the absolute travesty. Serra will have Jeff and Paula go down here, but Ness is up with a lot of psychic points and Pooh is praying away. Unfortunately, that was the first prey she's actually been able to get off. So choosing to use the Brain Shock strat of this is where it kind of gets weird when Pooh is your healer, or so not your healer, but your prayer, because he has to like take breaks from praying to do other stuff. But luckily, oh, okay, well, literally in the same breath as I said the word luckily, Ness gets flashed again, so... I'm assuming she probably wanted to save her horn for a last-minute oh no situation like right now. So there's some secret herbs as well. So that's why she probably felt safe enough on phase 2, like, okay, if Gygus was gonna... I have enough time, I can heal myself after double thunders. If Gygus really wanted to kill me, it would take a long time. I can probably sit here and pray and save my items, but you really don't want to do that on this phase, really. So nice, gets a Brain Shock turn on that, very nice. Every Brain Shock turn is a dead turn. Yeah, I think Oxwas trying to figure out a way off floor 7, just in the endless nightmare that is Onett looping around forever and ever. I think Oxwas, like, went into a door, fought 2 records and a Musica, and then, like, walked around for a bit, went into another door, and then boom, another 2 records and a Musica again. They're just not being nice. Alright, and moving right along, things are still going good for Serra over here. Seems like we've had a couple of dead turns in a row, as well as gotten some Brain Shock turns, so just an all-around nice thing. Moving into the last couple prayers here. Oh, of course, now the solidifies go out. just when you're in the last of it. One more. And GG. Congratulations, Serra. 48-20. What a cave. A guy gets found at 25 minutes into the cave. Actually, kind of nuts. It was just boom, right to 6. There was a little bit of floundering on 7. Serra kind of like, she kind of like honed in. I don't know if she just had like a feeling or what, but she just honed in on the right way to go, found that skip. Where she even got those double burgers, I don't know, but that's actually literally what won her this seed, is Wherever she managed to find those 2 double burgers was actually just the game-winning play right there. Let her get to 9 where Oxwas got walled off by it. Because Oxwas did not have the burgers. So, and it was Andonut's assisted. Okay. So that was super early. And yes, Nightmare was the floor 7 boss, so you completely missed that, Serra. You didn't even have to go through the I mean, Oxwas hasn't even, Oxwas tried a few times, but is now trying to figure out another way off 7, I think. Did find the skip, but like I said, did not have the burgers. So really, that was just, this is why you always prep for Monkey Cave, fellas. When you see people selling Monkey Cave items, you pick that stuff up, and you don't know if you're going to use it now, you don't know if you're going to use it in 30 minutes, but this just goes to show you that a double burger on floor 1 can save the game. Was that where it ended up being? I actually was not watching when you guys both found the actual skip. It was all the way at the left Onet house. Oxwas coming up here to check this chest. Maybe he forgot that it's either... it was just a chest, maybe, or maybe just decided not worth it. Oh, yeah, you still have to pay for it in... That's right, I forgot. Oh, no, wait, no you don't, right? Or do you? I actually can't remember. In Cave. Do you have to pay for it? Ah, okay. It's actually kind of silly. I guess it's a lot easier to get money in Cave, though, sometimes when you get propelled up to the high floors. If you get Onet on a low floor, well, c'est la vie, I suppose. You need to bring up, let me see if I can bring up the standings. We can see what we got coming up. As Oxwas tries the labyrinth that is Onet. This is a very big floor 7, so it is very difficult to find your way around here. So this was round 3, I believe, so that will mean... This is I'm sorry, this is L2, losers round 2, I'm assuming is... Yeah. So this will mean Serra will get to continue, whereas unfortunately Oxwas, I believe, will be knocked out of the tournament after this. Let me not lie before I pull up the brackets. Yes, double elimination, so this is a deciding match. Oxwas will be unfortunately eliminated after this, and Serra will get to continue on the double elimination bracket. But still a good showing from both of them. This was kind of like still one of those races where you kind of just, one person went one way, one person went the other. And again, the burgers was just a very clinching play to have. It literally was the deciding key to get to 4-9 here. That's true, yeah, that's actually the other side of it is if you do have the money for it, you're probably on a floor where it's going to send you backwards. See, it's one of these situations where it's like, okay, I'm on 7, I have this gigantic floor. If there were a skip, there's a chance it could go to 9. There's a non-zero chance it could go to 9 from here, since if it goes forward. Yeah, you were zooming quite a bit. I mean, it was pretty much obviously the intro to Pola Theater that was right pretty much on the path for both runners right after the showtime. I'm so happy this this might have also whoever said that I think it was Pebble was like this could have been the fastest thing. Let's also not forget there was a mandatory showtime at the start beyond the whole Gygus. Yeah, that too. The skip and immediately having the hieroglyph. Both of you took that, to be fair, so you were pretty much neck and neck, literally up until. I'm pretty sure it was like right when you both on 7. I think Oxwasp went back to farm a little bit at the Lilliput step heal, and then you went forward before. But yeah, ultimately Oxwasp did not find the burgers. Not only did he not find the burgers, but he didn't find them. He didn't find the skip as quick as you did. At this point, I'm actually not sure. He must simply be looking for either another skip or a burger, because he knows where Nightmare is. He just doesn't want to do it. And nobody could blame him. Does have a poisoned kid, unfortunately. Poisoned and a paralyzed kid. Not ideal. And we are going to the house, the aforementioned house of much contention. Maybe if we can make it there. We did not get any good speed items, no crystal charms or anything to help us run away fast. So kind of at the mercy of our kids passing this speed check or this RNG check here. It does not seem to be working out too hot. Unfortunate. Dorad bread. Yeah, that is true. That is that's gonna, if there were ever a fight that you were probably not gonna run away from, it's those dang UFOs. I would assume he has the money, otherwise it would just be kind of a waste to get over there. Nice, got a level. Getting the green swirls like it's his job. Making it there this time, not messing around. Oh, he's like barely on it. Oh god, the UFOs are back. Oh my god, the mice! Oh lord. Rat Pack. And 2 kids poisoned. Maybe this will also go to 9. No, he's gonna get jumped before he can make it in because the guy's not moving. Oh my god. This game is an absolute mess. I know. Hey, get off my property! Get off my property! Oh, that's gonna be awful if he has to walk all the way back here. Ouch, takes a smash from the frog. Let our people go! They didn't do anything! Luckily, Ness has some defenses on. Maybe gets away. Nice 3 HP, but I think the guy is still in the way. Okay, he moved. Now for the disappointment of it being backwards, probably. Yep, Mr. Baseball Cap. An unfortunate occurrence. Yeah, we are definitely like on 3 or so, I would say. Floor 3 in 3'd. Nice, we get 3'd enemies in 3'd, so, you know. Topical. Well, at least he won't die. Likely, from these ghosts. Ness is a little bit too beefy for the 4-3 enemies. Gonna do some exploring, I guess. Perhaps... There, okay. GG, absolutely Oxwas. I'm sorry that this did not play out well for you. It was just definitely... Both of you had like the same kind of like strat there. It was just more of a kind of like a luck out situation. But absolutely GG's to both runners. Congratulations, Serra, and good luck moving on. Yeah, it was definitely a hard seed at the end of it there. It was a nice early entrance, but you know that can only spell terror for the rest of the seed in the form of Ness's Nightmare. But GG's and absolute great race. Thank you for coming out and racing. And we hope to see Serra go far in the tournament. But as far as races coming up, let me see what we got actually scheduled. 5-2. May the 2nd, we have 2 races, doubleheader, 7:30 Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern. So please show up for that. And of course, 2 days after that, 5-4, which is going to be Saturday, is going to be 1 race at 10 p.m. Eastern. So if you want more Ancient Cave, please show up for those. And otherwise, I will see you all next time. Thanks for coming out.